everyone, welcome to today's Facebook Live event. My name is Kelsey and today I'm talking all things vegetables. I have 3 recipes for you: lemon pepper asparagus, radish home fries, and garlicky bok choy. So I'm going to start by showing you what I have here. Bok choy, you can get this in any major grocery store. At some grocery stores they might only have the larger one. This is a Chinese greens. It's kind of where you can find it classified as. Small ones, I feel like, make it taste a little bit better just because they're so much smaller and they're a little bit easier to eat. Radishes, a lot of people eat these on their salads, but you can also make them more like home fries and either oven roast them, put them in the air fryer, or I'm gonna use them sauteed over with some butter and onions. And I have some cut up asparagus as well, which I'll use for the lemon pepper asparagus. With the Awaken180 program, you want to do 2 cups of vegetables twice a day. It's great to switch up your vegetables. That way you're getting in lots of vitamins and minerals from different veggies, and you're also giving your body different micronutrients, which is great. I picked these ones just to show you guys some different variety you might not already use. I'm going to start by chopping up all of my ingredients and start with the lemon pepper asparagus. I have my asparagus all cut up. I cut off about 2 to 3 inches. And I made them all just about the same size. I have 2 tablespoons of olive oil in here. I'm just going to brush them with a little pastry brush all over the asparagus. I also preheated my oven to 400. You can broil them as well, it depends on how you like them cooked. Cooking a bunch of vegetables ahead of time isn't always a really easy way to make sure that you always have veggies on hand and then you don't skip them. And then it's great to just have stuff so you don't have to worry about cooking every single day. So these are all nice and ready. I'm going to take my sea salt, just sprinkle. You can use less or more depending on how you like your asparagus seasoned. I'm using some garlic powder as well. And then I have the lemon pepper. So I found this in the seasoning section. When you're getting a pre-made mix, you want to make sure there's no added sugars. This is a really easy way for companies to add in sugar without people knowing. So the only ingredients are salt, citric acid, onions, spices, garlic, and that's it. So this is perfect. I'm just going to take a little bit. That was more like a lot, it's okay. I'm just going to kind of mix these all together here. So these are all ready. This is kind of what they look like. I'm going to pop these in the oven for probably about 20 minutes and check on them. While these are cooking, I'm going to start getting my radishes all ready to go on the stove. I cut up my radishes until they were, some of them were like into 4th or 8th depending. Then I added some chopped up onion. These are nice and small. They kind of look like they're about to be home fries because they are. I'm gonna put these right in this pan here. I already melted 2 tablespoons of butter, so I'll just add these in here. You also want to make sure that you wash your vegetables before start cooking with them. These, especially since they are in the ground, as well as like the leafy greens with the bok choy, you want to just make sure that you wash out any residue. So I'm just going to toss these around a little bit here just so they all get coated. Right now it's over medium heat. So that looks good. I am going to season with some salt and pepper. You can always choose to do less seasonings or more. It's absolutely up to you. I'm going to stir this around a little bit more. So I'm going to move this down to about a medium heat, cover for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then check back in on it. I already have my bok choy all cleaned up, so they just look like these. I'm going to slice them in half so I can show you what they look like. This one's a little bit bigger. First I'm going to cut off the end here, and then you want to cut down the middle so they look like this. You can also kind of separate them so they're a little bit smaller. I'll probably cut this one down. These only cook for a little bit too, so these will be quick cooking. So I'm gonna cut all of these together, and then once they are all ready, I'm gonna show you how I cook them in the pan. In my pan, I have about 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. I crushed up 2 big garlic cloves. The recipe calls for 3, but just judge it by size. Some salt and red pepper flakes. So I just wanted to wait until it started, bubbling near the garlic. Then I'm going to take some pieces here. Probably gonna happen in 2 layers. So you just wanna place them, maybe not. Place them like this. That's probably overcutting. So I'll leave them like this. You wanna let them sit for about 1 to 2 minutes and then flip them over. Just so that way the green part can really start cooking. You can also use a larger pan if you want. I can show you what the radishes look like so far. Definitely starting to soften here. I turned up the heat a little bit. I'm probably gonna keep them like this for about maybe 4 to 5 more minutes. And my asparagus is nice and done. You can still see the lemon pepper seasoning. You can also feel free to squeeze with fresh lemon or add any additional seasoning as well. This was about maybe 16 to 20 spears. So I would say this would, if you ate all, I wouldn't eat all of this at once, but this would probably be 2 meals worth. You can also chop it up a little bit quicker, a little bit smaller, so that way you have more variety. You can add in other veggies. I'm gonna take a look at these. They look like they're definitely starting to cook. I'm going to flip them over. The tops definitely start to kind of cook like a spinach consistency. You can also always cut off the white part and separate it and cook the stalks first and then cook the green part. Totally up to you. It smells really delicious. I wish you could smell this. But if you make this recipe or any other recipe, please let us know. And please comment below if you have any questions or want to see anything else in the future. We love hearing from everyone. And you can find this recipe, all 3 recipes, as well as hundreds of others, all on our website. You take a look. So this is probably just starting to get pretty done. These would be great served with a stir fry with soy sauce, or maybe some grilled salmon would be great for it as well. So these are pretty much all done. I'm just gonna plate these, toss them a couple more times. You can see how much it cooked down to. Originally the pan was completely filled, and now the green part is definitely getting very wilted. So I'll plate these. And I'm going to let that olive oil kind of sit in there, and I'll add the other pieces I have here. And I'll let this sit for another 2 minutes while I let that cook. I'm also going to take a look at this just to see. The smaller parts are pretty much done. Alright, so here are all 3 recipes all done. I have the Radish Home Fries, Garlicky Bok Choy, which you can also garnish with some fresh lemon, and Lemon Pepper Asparagus. As I said before, if you make any recipes, let us know, and I hope to see you next time.